Welcome to Useful Words. This video is going to highlight the law of consciousness. What is the law of consciousness? What are thoughts and emotions? How to control your thoughts and emotions. Being conscious of your thoughts and emotions. How to use your thought and emotions. And how to use the law of consciousness. Let's get started. The law of consciousness. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. Carl Jung. We all have a story. We all have things that happen to us that we can't control. But what we can control is how we react to those things and who we choose to become as a result. Your past doesn't define you. Your mistakes do not define you. What defines you is your ability to get up after falling, to forgive yourself, and to keep moving forward in the direction of your dreams and goals. So many people give up on their dreams because they believe they're not good enough, or because they made too many mistakes in the past. But I'm here to tell you that you are good enough, and that it's never too late to start chasing your dreams. So dust off those old dream journals and let's get started. What is the law of consciousness? Simply put, it is the belief that we are all connected through a higher power. The higher power is what some people call God, while others may refer to it as the universe or spirit, regardless of what you call it. The important thing to understand is that this higher power is always available to us, and it's always working in our favor. The law of consciousness also states that everything is made up of energy. This includes our thoughts, emotions, and even physical matter. Everything in the universe is vibrating at a certain frequency, and our thoughts and emotions vibrate at a much higher frequency than physical matter. This means that our thoughts and emotions have a very real impact on the physical world around us. What are thoughts and emotions? Thoughts and emotions are two different things, but they are often interrelated. Thoughts are what we think about sometimes. They can be positive or negative. Emotions are feelings that we have about something. They can also be positive or negative. Our thoughts and emotions can be influenced by many factors, including our upbringing, our environment, our experiences, and even the people around us. Often our thoughts and emotions are shaped by what we see on television, hear on the radio, or read in magazines or newspapers. The media can have a very strong influence on our thoughts and emotions. It is important to be aware of the fact that our thoughts and emotions can be influenced by outside forces. We should also be aware of the fact that we have the power to control our thoughts and emotions. We should not allow ourselves to be controlled by outside influences. Instead, we should learn how to control our thoughts and emotions so that we can create the reality that we want. And there are many different techniques that can be used to control your thoughts and emotions. Some of these techniques include: number 1, acknowledging them. The first step is to simply acknowledge that you have a thought or emotion. Don't try to push it away or ignore it. It might help to label the emotion you're experiencing. I'm feeling scared right now, as an example. Number 2, accept them. Once you acknowledge your thought and emotion, try to accept them as part of your experience in that moment. This doesn't mean that you have to like them or that they're true, only that you're aware of them right now. Number 3, let them go. After you acknowledge and accepted your thought and emotions, see if you can let them go. This doesn't mean getting rid of them completely. Rather, it means not letting them control your actions or decisions. If you find yourself getting stuck on a particular thought or feeling, try focusing on something else, something that makes you feel good. Like identifying your thoughts and emotions, recognizing that you have the power to change your thoughts and emotions, challenging your negative thoughts, practicing positive visualizations, using affirmations, and getting rid of toxic people in your life. Here's some more. Thoughts are defined as mental activities or trained of mental activities. One that is heavily influenced by emotions. In other words, thoughts are things that go through our minds. They can be happy, sad, angry, scared, or anything in between. Basically, thoughts are things that go through our minds. They can be about anything, including past, present, or future. We have an estimate of 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Now, emotions are defined as a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, moods, or relationships with others. In other words, emotions are our feelings. They can be positive, happy, love, content, or negative, sad, angry, afraid, or a state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. In other words, emotions are our feelings. We experience a wide range of emotions from happiness and love to sadness and anger. Why do we have them? We have thoughts and emotions because they help us to survive. Thoughts help us to make decisions about what we need to do in order to meet our needs. For example, I need to buy food because I'm hungry. Emotions help us to understand how we are feeling in any given moment. For example, I'm feeling happy because I'm with my friends. Thoughts and emotions are two important aspects of our lives. They help us to make decisions and understand our feelings. If you're ever feeling lost or confused, take a moment to check in with your thoughts and emotions. They'll always be there to guide you. And thoughts and emotions can be very powerful things. They can shape our realities and how we see the world around us. It's important to learn how to control your thoughts and emotions so that you can create the reality that you want for yourself. There are many techniques that you can use to gain control of your thoughts and emotions. And by learning about these techniques, you'll be able to take control of your life and create the reality you really want. How to control your thoughts and feelings. What if I told you that you have the power to create the reality that you want? That you're not a victim of circumstances, but you are the architect of your life. It sounds like a tall order, I know, but it's true. You see, everything starts with a thought, and our thoughts create our reality. Let me explain. Every single thing that exists in the physical world started as a thought in someone's mind. A building, a chair, a table, a book, a painting, a computer, even this video. All of it started as a thought. And that thought was given life through emotions. Feelings of love, hope, joy, and enthusiasms are powerful creators. They are the fuel that propels our dreams into reality. So how do we create the reality we want? By using our thoughts and emotions. It all starts with an idea, something we want to bring into existence. We then focus our attention on that idea and infuse it with positive emotions. The more we do this, the more real it becomes to us and the more likely it is to manifest into our lives. Of course, it's not always that simple. Sometimes our negative emotions can get in the way and block us from achieving our goals. This is why it's so important to learn how to control our thoughts and feelings and use them to our advantage. Most of us go through life on autopilot, not really paying attention to our thoughts and emotions. We react to things that happen to us without giving it much thought. And as a result, we often end up feeling stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. But what if I told you that you have the power to control your thoughts and emotions? That's right. You can control your thoughts and emotions by using your mind power. The first step is to become aware of your thoughts and emotions. Pay attention to what you're thinking about and how you're feeling. Are your thoughts positive or negative? Do your emotions make you feel happy or bad? Once you become aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can start to control them. The next step is to use your mind power to change your thoughts and emotions. If you're thinking negative thoughts, replace them with positive ones. If you're feeling negative emotions, replace them with positive ones. It may take some practice, but eventually you'll be able to control your thoughts and emotions using mind power. Number 2, accept your thoughts and feelings. The second step is to accept your thoughts and feelings. This doesn't mean that you have to like them or agree with them, but it does mean that you need to acknowledge their existence. A lot of time we try to push away our negative thoughts and emotions because we don't want to deal with them. But if you don't accept them, you'll never be able to deal with them in a constructive way. Number 3, challenge your negative thoughts and emotions. The third step is to challenge your negative thoughts and emotions. This doesn't mean that we should try to force ourselves to feel positive all the time. That is not realistic or healthy. But it does mean that you should question your negative thoughts and emotions. Instead of just accepting them as facts, you should ask yourself, are they really true? Do they really reflect how we feel? Are they helpful? Once you start challenging your negative thoughts and emotions, they'll start losing their power over you. Now you have the power to control your thoughts and emotions using your mind power. The first step is to become aware of your thoughts and emotions. The next step is to use your mind power to change your thoughts and emotions. With practice, you'll be able to control your thoughts and emotions using your mind power. Then you have the power to create the reality you want. It all starts with a thought, which is given life through emotions. If you can learn how to control your thoughts and feelings, you can achieve anything you desire. So what are you waiting for? Start creating. Being conscious of your thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts and emotions are powerful things. They can shape our reality and influence the choices we make. But how do we use our thoughts and emotions to our advantage? Enter the law of consciousness. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract all the good things in life while others seem to be struggling? It all comes down to our thoughts and emotions. Thoughts are things that exist in our mind. They're not physical, but they are very powerful nonetheless. Thoughts can be positive or negative, but it's important to remember that they are just thoughts. They're not necessarily true. Just because we think something doesn't make it true. Emotions are feelings that arise from our thoughts. They can be positive or negative as well. Emotions are what give life to our thoughts and help us shape our reality. If we focus on positive thoughts, then we will start to feel positive emotions like happiness, love, and peace. On the other hand, if we focus on negative thoughts, then we will start to feel negative emotions like fear, anger, and insecurity. The law of consciousness is the belief that our thoughts and emotions create our reality. In other words, what we focus on expands. If we focus on positive things, we'll attract more positive things in our lives. Likewise, if we focus on negative things, we'll attract more negative things into our lives. So how can we use the law of consciousness to our advantage? By being conscious of our thoughts and emotions and by choosing to focus on the positive. When we do this, we open ourselves up to limitless possibilities. We can attract anything we want into our lives. Love, success, abundance, joy, simply by focusing on it. Our thoughts and emotions can be very powerful. They can shape our reality and how we see the world. Often we are not aware of the thought and emotions that we are having. We may not realize how much they are affecting us. It's so important to learn how to control our thoughts and emotions because they can have a profound impact on our lives. If we allow ourselves to be controlled by our thoughts and emotions, we may make decisions that are not in our best interest. We may also miss out on opportunities because we are too focused on negative thoughts and emotions. Fortunately, there are some things that we can do to gain control over our thought and emotions. By learning about the techniques that are available, we can begin to take control of our lives and create the reality we want. Now, you have the power to create the reality you want by using your thoughts and emotions. Focus on positive thoughts and emotions, and you will start to see positive change in your life. It may not happen overnight, but if you stay consistent with your focus, you will eventually see the life of your dreams begin to take shape. How to use your thoughts and emotions. We are all connected through this powerful energy source. We could begin to tap into it and use it to create the life we want. We can use it to manifest our dreams, heal ourselves, and even influence the world around us. All we need to do is to learn how to connect with this higher power and harness its limitless potential. Our thoughts and emotions create our reality. If we want to change our reality, we have to change our thoughts and emotions. It's not always easy to control our thoughts and emotions. We're bombarded with messages from the outside world telling us what to think and how to feel. But if we're not careful, we could end up living in a reality that isn't ours. We can end up being controlled by other people's thoughts and emotions. So how do we take back control of our lives? How do we create the reality we want? By using the law of consciousness, we can learn how to control our thoughts and emotions and create the reality we want. We all heard the saying, you attract what you put out there. But what does that really mean? And how can we use it to create the reality we want? Here's how it works. Our thoughts and emotions are like magnets. They attract experiences, people, and circumstances that match their frequencies. So, if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts and feeling negative emotions, we're going to attract more of the same into our lives. On the other hand, if you're thinking positive thoughts and feeling positive emotions, we're going to attract more of those things into our lives as well. It's not always easy to control our thoughts and emotions, especially when things in our lives aren't going the way we want them to. But it's important to remember that we'll always have a choice in how we react to the events that are taking place in our lives. And by making a conscious effort to control our thoughts and emotions, we can begin to create a reality we want. How do you use thoughts and emotions to create the life you want? Number 1, be aware of your thoughts and emotions. Pay attention to what you're thinking about and feeling throughout the day. Are your thoughts mostly positive or negative? Are your emotions mostly happy or sad? If you notice that you're thinking and feeling more negatively than positively, it's time for a change. Number 2, choose your thoughts and emotions wisely. When something bad happens, don't dwell on it or allow yourself to get caught up in the spiral of negative thought and emotions. Instead, choose to focus on the good things in your life. And when something good happens, savor the moment and relish in the positive feelings. The more you do this, the more you train your brain to focus on the positive instead of the negative. Number 3, practice gratitude. One of the quickest ways to shift your focus from negative to positive is by practicing gratitude. Every day, take some time to think about or write down things you're grateful for. It could be something as small as a beautiful sunset or a delicious meal. Or it could be something bigger like good health or a loving family. Focusing on what you're grateful for will help you see all the good in your life, even when times are tough. Thoughts and emotions are like magnets. They attract experiences, people, and circumstances that match their frequency. So if you want to create the reality we want, it's important that we control our thoughts and emotions. This can be difficult at times. But it's important to remember that we always have a choice in how we react to events that's taken place in our lives. By making a conscious effort to focus on positive thoughts and emotions, we can begin to create the reality we want, one thought and one emotion at a time. How to use the law of consciousness. We all have the power to create our own reality. Every thought and emotion we have is like a building block that helps us shape our lives. If you want to live a life of abundance, joy, and peace, then we need to focus on thoughts and emotions that align with those desires. The good news is that we can choose what thought and emotions we focus on. We are not at the mercy of our circumstances or the people around us. No matter what is happening in the world, we always have the power to choose how we want to respond. Now that you know what the law of consciousness is, you're probably wondering, how can you start using it in your own life? Here are some suggestions. Number 1, be aware of your thoughts and emotions. The first step is to become aware of your thoughts and emotions. Pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling throughout your day. Are your thoughts positive or negative? Are your emotions high or low? The more aware you are of your thoughts and emotions, the easier it will be to control them. Number 2, choose your focus wisely. Once you're aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can start to choose what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on the positive or the negative? It's up to you. If you want to attract more positive things into your life, then focus on positivity. Fill your mind with positive thoughts and surround yourself with positive people and situations. If you want to attract more negative things into your life, then focus on negativity. Fill your mind with negative thoughts and surround yourself with negative people and situations. Number 3, practice visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you manifest your desires into reality. To visualize something, simply close your eyes and imagine it in as much detail as possible. The more realistic your visualization is, the better. For example, if you want to attract a new job into your life, visualize yourself going through the motion of a typical workday at the job. Commuting there, clocking in, working hard, clocking out, etc. The more vivid you can see yourself in that situation, the better. Number 4, take action steps towards your goals. In order for manifestation to occur, it's important that you take action steps towards your goals, but don't get too attached to those action steps. For example, if you're looking for a new job, send out some resumes, but don't get too attached to any particular job or company. The key is to have faith that whatever is meant for you will find its way to you, even if it's not exactly what you're expecting. This step in using the law of consciousness is becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions and paying attention to how you're feeling throughout the day. Are you feeling stressed, anxious, depressed? Or are you feeling happy, joyful, and at peace? Your emotions are like thermometers. They give you an accurate reading of your inner state. If you're feeling negative emotions, it's a sign that your thoughts are out of alignment with what you want. In other words, you're focusing on lack instead of abundance. The next step is to start changing your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, immediately replace them with positive ones. For example, if you're thinking, I'll never be able to afford that, replace it with, I'm attracting financial abundance into my life. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but keep at it. The more you practice this new way of thinking, the easier it will become, and the faster you'll see results in your life. Number 5, get clear about what you want. This step is to get clear about what you want. What do you want more of in your life? What are your goals? What would make you happy? Once you have a good understanding of what you want, you can begin to focus on those things. Number 6, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. It's important to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. For example, if you don't want to be in debt, don't focus on your debt. Focus on being debt-free. If you don't want to be overweight, don't focus on your weight. Focus on being healthy at your ideal weight. Number 7, raise your vibration. Another important step is to raise your vibration. You could do this by meditating, doing yoga or other forms of exercising, spending time in nature, listening to uplifting music, or anything else that makes you feel happy. The higher your vibration, the more likely you are to attract positive things into your life. Number 8, be grateful for what you have already attracted into your life. It's also important to be grateful for what you have already attracted into your life, even if it's not exactly what you want yet. Be thankful for the small steps that are leading you closer to your goals. For example, if your goal is to be debt-free and you just paid off one of your credit cards, be grateful for that. Each step gets you closer to achieving your goal. Number 9, choose positive thoughts and emotions. This step is to choose positive thoughts and emotions. If you're feeling down, try to think about something that makes you happy. If you're thinking negative thoughts, try to replace them with positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, I can't do this, try thinking, I can do this. Number 10, visualize what you want. This step is to visualize what you want. When you visualize what you want, you're sending a message to the universe that this is what you desire. The more specific you are about what you're visualizing, the better. Include as many details as possible so that the universe knows exactly what you want. Remember, what we focus on expands. So if you want more love, joy, and abundance in your life, start by focusing on those things. The law of consciousness is a powerful tool that we can use to create the life of our dreams by focusing on what we want instead of what we don't want. By getting clear about what we desire, raising our vibrations, and being grateful for what comes into our lives, we can attract more positive energy and experiences. Start using the law of consciousness today and watch your life transform before your very eyes. I'm Leroy Glover, and I thank you.